people get ready, for the train is coming. Don't need no baggage, just get on board. All you need is faith to hear the diesel humming. Don't need no ticket, you just thank the Lord. Welcome, viewing audience and listening audience, to the People Get Ready podcast with the legendary political guru, Mr. Charles E. Bibb Sr. from Bibb's Record Shop. Today we have some hot breaking news, and I want to introduce you to Miss Candace Jones, who's going to bring the hot breaking news for you today. Ms. Jones?
Thank you, Reverend Fair, for that beautiful song that you always open up with. Yes, I do have some great news I'm going to share. I'm going to give you a little peek of what we're going to hear later on in the podcast.
Okay.
And this is about SNAP Partners. We have two new verticals that were introduced this year: SNAP Energy, which will help you out with the utility bills, and SNAP Health Insurance, which will help you out with your health insurance and life insurance. So you're going to hear more about those, but I'm going to talk about how you can join SNAP Partners for free and stay for free. So more to come on that. And I'm going to turn it back over to you, Reverend Fair, and you can introduce our host for the day.
All right, thank you, Ms. Candace Jones. And viewing audience and listening audience, once again, we have the CEO of People Get Ready video podcast in the person of the legendary political guru, Mr. Charles C. Bibbs, all the way from East Cleveland, Ohio. He has some hot breaking news. Praise the Lord. We want to inform you and empower you on today. And he's live and in person himself, Mr. Charles E. Bibbs Sr. Come on, give it up for him, everybody. Mr. Bibbs, take it away.
All right. Thank you, Reverend Fair, for that beautiful introduction.
Yes.
Beautiful song. And thank you, Ms. Candace Jones, for the introduction of this new opportunity. And we got more new opportunities coming with us today. And we got an exciting day. The country is being shook up with Republican candidates coming from all across the country jumping in the race today. And Reverend Bibb Fair gonna have the hot news on that for you.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have some going on in Columbus, Ohio, at the State General Assembly. We're gonna try to have that explained to you a little bit what's going on down there. So just get ready, fasten your seatbelts, and we're gonna get going. And we're gonna start off with some heartbreaking news coming all the way from the great city of Cleveland Heights.
Mm-hmm.
Superstar herself, recording artist, religious, rhythm and blues, soul, all across the table. One and only entrepreneur, Miss Joanne Harley. Are you in the house?
Mr. Bibb, I am in the house.
All right. Bring it on in, bring it on in. Tell us all about your new enterprise.
Yes. First of all, we're working on something big in the cryptocurrency. So I'm going to leave that for the next time when we have everything laid out on the table, because I'm very excited about that. But what I also have on the table is I am searching for contestants for Model of the Year. Tentatively being in July the 28th, which is a Friday. That's not set in stone, but that should be the date. You can win $1,000 for the first prize. And then we have a wonderful second prize. And this is for men or women. It only costs $25 to enter. Don't wait, sign up. You want to get that $1,000. And the second prize, you want to get that too. So thank you so much, Mr. Charles E. Bibb Sr. and your staff, for letting me come on the show. Everybody in the audience, we're looking for actors, dancers, models, people that model. Whatever your talent is, call in to 216-759-9080. That's 216-759-9080. Just leave your name and phone number, we'll contact you, tell us how you wanna rock and roll, and then we'll get moving and shaking. Back to you, Mr. Charles E. Bibb Senior.
Okay, just in case the listening and viewing audience missed it, when does this kick off, the date?
You mean for the show itself?
No, the opportunity itself.
The opportunity itself, this is gonna be next month, July, the end of July.
All right, very good.
Friday
Okay,
night,
say that again, please.
it will be a Friday night, probably the last Friday night in July.
Last Friday night in July. Good. That's the middle of the summer. Madam Fair, you know that's gonna be red hot, middle of the summer.
Yes.
Smoking on smoking. All right, thank you,
Yes,
Ms.
sir.
Joanne Holly,
Thank you.
and, we'll be looking forward to that. Now, Ms. Candace Jones, opportunities, not very many opportunities are coming our way these days, period.
Mhm.
And now Ms. Candace Jones is gonna tell us how you can get an opportunity without having to have any money.
Right,
Is that right, Ms. Candace Jones?
That's
I wanna
right.
Make sure we got that right.
Snap Partners has that for you. Snap Partners has various different verticals that you can register for free and have access to all the verticals, not just for yourself, but you can help others as well. If you wanna use the verticals for yourself, you can. So to become registered with Snap Partners is free. I or one of the existing Snap Partner resources would send you a link. You would click on the link, you would fill the information in, just your name, your phone number, your email address, and then you pick a user ID, whatever you want the user ID to be, and you click on submit, and that's all you need to do. And then you're registered with Snap Partners. But you have access to various different verticals. Snap Partners' first vertical it started with was Snap Delivered. This is food delivery services for restaurants. It helps restaurants save money on the delivery, on the, what they have to pay for the delivery. So Snap Partners only charges $2 per delivery to the restaurant instead of the 20, 30, or 40% that other delivery services charge. So again, you sign up with Snap for free, you go out and you get a restaurant that registers with Snap and the restaurants register for free also. All the deliveries that come out of that restaurant, you get a commission off of that. Drivers that, you can register drivers with Snap also. Drivers that do deliveries, you get paid for each delivery that they do as well. And again, remember, you started this off for free. So it's a great opportunity to be able to make money, help people out as well. Two new verticals that were introduced this year were Snap Insurance, health insurance, and Snap Energy, to be able to help you out with the energy rates that have gone up as of June the 1st. The rates have either doubled or more than doubled what they were before. So help out with getting, and we're starting off with commercial properties, residential will be coming soon. So helping the businesses get lower rates for their gas and electric bills, that's a great way to help out. And again, you register for free, but yet you can help businesses save their money with their utility bills. Help people get a lower rate for health insurance. Again, you're registering for free, but yet you're helping people save. Each one of these verticals, you make a commission off of each one of those. The people are not paying you the commission. This is Snap Partners where the commission is coming from. So it's a great opportunity to be able to get a little bit extra money if you want. If you don't want extra money and you want to build more than that, you want to build a team, that's possible also. Doesn't matter how long you're in Snap Partners. Let's say you're in now and next year you decide you want to build, it's okay. It's still for free. You start for free, you stay for free. So there is a training that's going to take place this Saturday to talk more in detail about the Snap Insurance and the SNAP Energy. That training will be at 5 p.m. at Chandler Park, 17325 Euclid Avenue in the second floor conference room. So come and hear more about that, the SNAP health insurance and the SNAP energy. And with both of these, the health insurance and the energy, you're not just being connected with one company, like Blue Cross for the insurance. It's a broker that you contact the broker and they help find the lowest rates for you. The same thing with the SNAP Energy. It's a broker. You're working with USA Energy. They're brokers and they're finding the lowest rates for the commercial properties. Residential rates for SNAP Energy will be coming out later this year, probably another month or two, but residential rates are coming. We're starting off with commercial rates right now.
That's great.
It's a great opportunity to be able to help everyday people, help businesses, save money, and you can make money yourself. So how many people do you know out here that don't have health insurance? As when the pandemic came, a lot of people were given Medicaid for their health insurance. Now that the pandemic is not over, as far as I'm concerned, but the powers that be say that the pandemic is over, but a lot of people are being dropped from Medicaid for that reason, so now they don't have health insurance. This is a great way for them to be able to get health insurance also. So, you know, you can register people for that. You don't have to be a licensed to be able to register people for it. They have licensed agents that will help the people work through it. So as I show people about health insurance, I'm not going to be taking them through. I'm going to be turning them over to a licensed agent that will give them all the information that they need.
That's great.
Any questions?
All right, very good. Ms. Candace Jones,
Yes.
in the state of Ohio, Reverend Ben Fair and Ms. Joanne Harley want to know what's happening with electricity in the state of Ohio.
In the state of Ohio, Ohio is is one of this, well, actually across the board, across the nation, the electric and gas bills are going up, doubled or even more than that. The rates have gone up as of June 1st. So Ohio is a deregulated state, so you can choose who you want your supplier to be. Ohio is one of the deregulated states where you can choose where you want your supplier to be. And that's where SNAP Energy comes in to help out, to find the lowest rates for commercial and soon to be residential properties as well.
I heard you say it's going up, but on second, it's gone up, right?
As of June 1st, the rates,
Reverend Fair, your rate is up right now.
Yes, sir.
How much is it going up?
doubled or
Dou-
more,
double
or
or
more
more.
than that.
Ms. Joanne, so whatever you paid last month, in July, you'll be paying double that, or
Right.
more,
Mhm.
unless you see me,
Right.
and I sign you up, and Joanne, all that, thank
So
you.
for example, if you were paying, let's just say you were paying 6 cents per MCF, double it, you'll be paying 12 per MCF. So if your bill was $100 this month, compared to the double rate, it'll be $200. So, you know, with so many people still being out of work and not getting paid the amount that they should, or not getting paid enough, a lot of people don't have extra money to be paying extra utility bills. So we have a chance to help them out as well, especially in commercial properties. Commercial properties use a lot more energy than gas and electric than residential properties do. So just think of their bills being doubled or more than that, how much it's gonna cost them.
All right.
That's a huge
Trust me, I'll
opportunity.
be signing up.
Say that again, Ms. Joanne.
You talked about the bill going down, didn't you say that?
No, the rates, your energy rates are going up. As of June 1st, your energy rates will double or more than double.
Speaking so she'll understand it.
No.
A bill
no,
will
I got
double.
that part. You don't have to worry about me, I'll be one of your customers. I don't care who I get my electric from, and I'm
when you change your supplier, it's not like you have to have somebody come out and do something. None of that is, you don't have to do anything as far as that goes. It's just behind the scenes, the paperwork, takes place. Nothing changes as far as your properties or anything like that. If you have a wire down or something, electrical wire down, you call the same, number you would call now. So none of that changes, it's just the supplier that, you're changing.
That's great.
All right, good job, Ms. Candace Jones, letting us all know what to expect in July
Yes.
and beyond.
So start saving,
Nothing I don't understand about double and up.
right?
All right. Reverend Ben Fair?
Yes, sir, Ms. Bibb.
No, we'll save you a little later
Mhm.
because we're going outside of the studio and pick up Dr. Robin Simmons after Ms. Candace Jones introduces us to our next guest.
Okay, I have the pleasure of introducing Dr. Robin Simmons, who grew up in Warrensville Heights, Ohio, and graduated from Warrensville Heights High School. She attended a historical black college, University, Alabama State University, and graduated magna cum laude with a BS in elementary education. She then attended Cambridge College in Boston, Massachusetts, and received her MA in school administration. Lastly, she attended Argosy University in Sarasota, Florida, and received her education specialist in curriculum K through 12 and an education doctorate in instructional leadership. Dr. Simmons has been in education for 24 years. She currently lives in Bedford, Ohio, and is an assistant principal in the Cleveland Metropolitan School District. She is also an executive director and founder of the nonprofit Raising Our Kids, Inc., and president of Metropolitan School Alliance for Black School Educators. In her spare time, which is rare, she loves spending time with her granddaughter, reading spiritual and self-help literature, enjoying listening to live music, and eating good meals. Dr. Simmons, thank you for joining us here again this evening. And I want to turn it over to you. And if you could share with us any more information you have about the Right to Read program. And I know you mentioned the last time that you will be participating with a Juneteenth event going on the Juneteenth day. So maybe you could share some of that information as well. And how can those listeners that are listening or us here at the podcast help and get on board with the Right to Read program?
All right, well, thank you so much, and thank you again for having me. It's so much informative and fun when I come on the show, so I just really appreciate it. The Right to Read is an initiative that we are saying that the greatest civil rights issue of our time is the right to read. We have over 50% of our high school graduates, and you just had a slew of graduates, high schools graduating this month and last month and everything. And just imagine, over 50% of them are not at the basic level of literacy and reading. And some of them are pursuing to go to college or pursuing to get into a career, and they're going to struggle, like when we want them to vote and educate themselves on the person that they want to, vote for that will be right. They're struggling in their reading. So if we do not put any investment, any time in this, we're going to be in bad shape for years to come. We have been in bad shape for a while, and enough is enough. We need to stop it now. We need to stop the bleeding, and we need to come up together with a plan and making sure that we're putting the right people in the office, the right people that's advocating for us, and we need to go out and advocate for us on the literacy issues, and getting our kids the correct curriculum that teach us correctly how to read. So I thank you so much for this opportunity. Also, the Right to Read project is a documentary. Is brand new. Usually you have to wait for a screening to see the documentary, but they're showing it. They're going to be able to mainstream it live throughout the Juneteenth day. So all day Juneteenth, someone can look at it via through the internet and everything. So I will pass that information to you. And all across the nation, they're having these documentary screenings. We're having the talkbacks after the screenings to say how can we as a community come together to join forces and fighting. And I know Mr. Bibb once mentioned about the organizations getting together. So I'm very interested in the near future putting that on the books. We need to start walking the walk and talking the talk. We really need to get this, in front of us, because while the school year has ended for a lot, we have the next school year and we need to go full force supporting the districts that teach kids of color on their literacy practices. So I thank you so much for this opportunity. Anytime you want me to come to spread the news and to, galvanize a plan, I'm here. And so June 19th, Metropolitan Cleveland Alliance of Black School Educators, for the past couple of years, we celebrate our greats. We celebrate our great scholars that have achieved in 3 different categories on our Juneteenth. We think that that's a wonderful way to celebrate Juneteenth. We are more than just a song and dance. We're more than just eating good food and singing good songs and, listening to good music. This is putting a purpose to the holiday, and we want to get our kids used to a holiday like Juneteenth and a holiday like Martin Luther King is a day on and not a day off. We want them to know that they need to get into some type of service and some type of community events and activities like the ones that you're doing that Juneteenth weekend and everything. So this is gathering the energy. I have 11 districts that I cover, and we award students 9th through 12th grade in those 3 categories. The talented 10th, those achieve high in their academic status, as well as maintain a great attendance rate. Then we have the Drum Major for Justice Award, those students that's doing great things in the community and fighting for social justice issues. And then we have the Cast Iron Your Bucket Award, the students that's doing great things in their selected trades and things of that nature. So, and then we have the Black Men Teach, because we have a campaign to encourage more Black males into education. I believe one time you mentioned, Mr. Bibb, about the men in the household and how important it is. And it is very important, and it is so important to have the men in the schools also. So we need to encourage our African American men, but then it starts in their experiences in school. Because if you ask, some young adults, if they want to become a teacher, the first thing they think of is their experience in school. And if it wasn't a positive experience, why would they want to go back and teach? So we need to, think about these things, look at the statistics, and be very intentional when we are raising our kids and giving them the tools of life. So I thank you for this opportunity.
Well, thank you for that wealth of information. You mentioned about with the Right to Read program, being able to, I understand about getting the right people in office. So what can we do, like now to help the program out, not just the awareness, but is there some other task that we can do to help with the program or get the word out, or?
Yes, we first need to be very informed about what are we going to be asking our legislators and what legislation are out there that we need to keep our eye on, and what legislation we need to start writing upon. So in the documentary, it thoroughly goes over the correct strategies on the effective ways to teach kids of color how to read. And it goes over the science of reading, which is not a new program, but it was kind of passed away when they started just pushing the unbalanced literacy piece and pushing whole language and pushing out phonics and phonemic awareness and things of that nature. So we need to inform ourselves first. And that's what, education organizations can gather up the other type of organizations. And now we need to stay informed. We need to stay on the top of the latest evidence-based research. People will say, oh, this is research-based, but what's the evidence of the effectiveness of it? And that's what we need to start, looking at. So it is, the first thing is to be informed. And then the second thing is to look at what legislations are out there that's for and against. So therefore we know how to approach it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Simmons. I talked to the East Cleveland School District today. I talked to the CEO's assistant, Ms. Tish White, and congratulated her on the program that you guys did at Shaw High School. And we want to continue that together. I like the way that you're merging the Juneteenth event on the national holiday date on the 19th. I would like to do the same thing, if your calendar permits, on that Saturday, the 17th, at the East Cleveland Public Library. We're already scheduled to be there. I think you have that information.
Yes.
Okay. Because another thing I'm gonna come back to that. You see, you'll be able to see the program on the 19th that you had before. How long is that program?
The documentary is around 90 minutes.
Very good, because I want to set that up with the director. I'll talk to him tomorrow at the East Cleveland Public Library, so we can do it at large whenever we get ready to do it.
Yes, yes, sir.
And so we can start the merge on our Juneteenth extravaganza weekend, which is Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And we'll do at the East Cleveland Library from 1:30 to 4:30. So we have a program around, we have lunch and everything involved. And we can get together on that as soon as possible. So,
Yes, sir, I'm with you.
okay, so I like the way that you said you got the whole Reverend Fair, elected officials accountable. But I didn't know what elected officials she was speaking about until she said state legislators. Am I clear on that? Dr. Simmons?
Yes, yes.
Okay. And those are the kind of things, we'll change the program on the Saturday the 17th. They have a workshop on the merger of the writer piece and the membership piece, so we can speed this up, because it's going down fast. So in order to catch up, we gotta double up to do this. And now is the right time, because we're going into the summer break, and we can do a lot of things now that we couldn't do. And Dr. Pettigrew will be out of town on that Saturday. But I booked him again for Martin Luther King Day. So now I'm gonna book as a part of the Martin Luther King Day, the right to read piece into that too. Because I'm high on that service part of the celebration, both national. And that's why we worked hard this summer, Dr. Simmons, to make it a national holiday in both instances. Now we have two. And so while the door is open, we might as well keep moving. So as soon as you find out if you can work with us on Saturday, and I'll start working tomorrow on the executive director of the East Cleveland Public Library. And
Oh, we can definitely work together on that, definitely.
Okay, so get your information to Ms. Candace Jones so we can reach you by phone this evening, please. Thank you.
Yes, sir, thank you.
11, Fair, do you have any questions for the doctor?
No, I don't have any questions, Mr. Bibb. I just want to say to Dr. Simmons, thank you for your effort and thank you for the initiation of the program, Right to Read, because it's vital in our community. And we hope that you get all the resources and we hope that you get all the support that you need to make this program a grand success for the future of our community.
You might not have any question, but I got a question for you to ask her.
All right?
You ready?
Yes.
Ask her, what can the church community do?
All right. Well, what can the church community do?
Tell her that you chairman of that committee, so.
Yes, for the Right to Read program.
All right, well, great question, thank you for asking.
Absolutely.
I know that's my girl, I got the right doctor.
Right. You know, informing our congregation, you know, informing them. I'm an educator, I've been in education for years, and sadly, a lot of parents put a lot of trust in the education system. That's how we got here. And now there needs to be a check and balance issue. And the more we inform our parents, our other stakeholders, they can hold the educators and the school districts and everything accountable. And then we can start working together for the soluble plan for the solutions and everything. So I need all of the clergymen or women to look at the documentary. We're gonna do our research, and then we're gonna start informing our congregation. You know, little by little, continue to push it. So therefore, they can see, okay, this is an issue we really need to not let up about. It's not gonna go away. This is not gonna be a fad. This is not a fashion show. This is something that we're going to have to continue to fight and push for. You know, we were in slavery for 400 years. If it takes us another 400 years to get over this, then we need to start it now.
I'm gonna help you this time, Dr. Simmons. Just what Dr. Simmons wanted to tell you, Reverend Fair.
All right?
That you to tell them what committee you're chairman of for the video podcast.
Oh, the religious program?
Yeah, the one that we pass out the food and stuff on. What's the name of that committee? The Faith Committee.
Oh, Faith Committee, yes.
Right. Here's what you want to tell them. We're gonna invite them to the Juneteenth affair at the library. So
Yes, sir.
And then we're gonna have you and Reverend Fair write a letter to them and send them to the list you have on those churches. We have churches already affiliated with our program, the video podcast. People get ready.
Okay.
We're gonna invite them, you and Reverend Fair.
Yes.
That's what they can do.
And
Yes.
Yeah.
and if we need to show it again in the fall time, again
Now, yeah,
in the
that's
winter
what's
time.
gonna be. That's what's gonna be in the letter.
Yes.
Yes.
That we're gonna start
Yes.
on tonight. Cause while we having dinner and you at home tonight, we'll get that started.
All right.
Right.
All right, Reverend?
Right.
That sounds great to me.
All right.
Sounds great.
So send your
Get the
number
word
to, Ms. Candace Jones soon as you can, because we're working with a little over a week.
Yes, sir.
And if we get a few churches involved,
Mhm.
that moves us faster. Because like I said, it's going down real fast.
Yes.
Right.
State legislation, the General Assembly of the State of Ohio are working backwards.
Mhm.
So we got to bring them up each just to get even. I understand politics thoroughly. So we're gonna go to work. Thank you, Dr. Simmons. You are awesome. And we're gonna do this. We've been waiting on you. Thank you, Reverend Fair.
You're welcome.
Your committee can go back to work.
Mhm.
And we can have those in the mail tomorrow.
All right.
Email and then the snail mail also.
All right.
Thank you. All right, we'll keep moving right along. And, we're gonna have a working dinner tonight, that's gonna be great. Reverend Ben Fair,
Yes, sir.
you have some more news for us.
Yes, sir, Mr.
Speaking of General Assembly, State of Ohio,
Mm-hmm.
tell us what's going on down there.
Well, we want to, share the difference in the Ohio State legislative, reprimand policy and the Tennessee State legislative recommend policy. The difference is this, Mr. Bibbs, that the Tennessee State legislative expelled Representative Justin Pearson and Representative Justin Jones for protesting against gun violence. The Ohio legislative body did nothing to reprimand Representative Elliott Forehand for banging the table, snapping and pointing his finger as his spittle was up close in the face of the cosmetic representative, Nadasha Wright, who represented the cosmetology industry and gave her testimony against House Bill 58.
All right, now I'm glad to hear that.
Mhm.
99.9% of the people don't even know that happened.
Yes,
And you live in Cleveland Heights,
yes.
and a young lady lives in Cleveland Heights, her business is in Cleveland Heights. She was down there representing her business. She's a beautician,
Yes.
and we have to locate her so she can come and tell her story on the podcast.
Yes.
So if you need some help on that, call your state rep
All right.
to represent Cleveland Heights.
Yes.
Do you know who represents Cleveland Heights?
It is Juanita Brent.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You need to have her find out how we get in touch with the young lady.
Mm-hmm.
And we want her to come on the show and tell us what happened down there.
Absolutely.
It's a big deal when you go down to the state General Assembly to testify in itself.
Yes.
And when you go down to the state to testify, and people put their finger in your face
Mm-hmm.
and holler and scream at you,
Mm-hmm.
who on the state payroll,
Mm-hmm.
they get their assignment mixed up.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
In Tennessee, those two young men, they put them out
Yeah.
of the General Assembly.
Right.
Using strong, put them out,
Yes. Expelled them.
gone. And if you don't know, when you put out, you lose all your privileges, all your health care,
Mm-hmm.
all your retirement money, everything. The only way they got back in, their local government had the authority to fill the vacancy.
Mm.
You clear on that?
Yes.
And they decided at the local level to
Mhm.
put them back.
Mhm.
Here, General Assembly, act like nothing happened.
Right.
So if Ms. Candace Jones go down there, she'll get the same thing.
Mhm.
Because they in their comfort zone. Martin Luther King taught us you have to make it a little uncomfortable.
Mhm.
You have to make it a little uncomfortable. One of the best agitators that ever was is Abernathy. You ever heard of Abernathy?
Yes, sir. Like you said.
Yeah, right.
Mhm.
Non-violence.
Mhm.
What you gotta do. We can't let this go away. So, jump right on that.
All right.
Tell them we're not letting it go away. All right.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
We run a little bit behind, but we had to take care of business. And Ms. Candace, what you did miss on the, what you missed on your last presentation, you can pick it up. So we can get everything on our calendar day. All right. On SNAP, I think we covered just about everything. And I'll just share, I'll go right down to number 9, Juneteenth. We spoke on that, so we're gonna do Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
Yes.
We're gonna redo Saturday and Sunday, and we'll do them at the dinner tonight, because the date is right up on us.
Yes.
And, unfortunately, Ms. Shan Penman is not here on the podcast, but she will be at the dinner, she called me today. So we'll get that straight tonight, then we'll call Ms. Simmons and give an idea, and I'll call her directly home from the dinner also. Let her know we're coming. All right, Reverend Fair,
Yes, sir.
you have some more information for us, I believe.
Yes, sir.
You have another project of
Yes, sir. We have some hot breaking news, Mr. Bibbs.
the Republicans all over the place.
Yes, sir. We have the 2024 GOP field balloons this week, adding 3 new candidates. Chris Christie is one of them, Mr. Bibbs.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Pence is the other one. And Mike Pence and Chris Christie have filed their paperwork saying they will run. Mike Pence and Doug Burgum announced their presidential campaign on Wednesday morning, June the 7th, 2023. So the field is getting larger and larger, Mr. Beard. We talked about that last week. So it's expanding. They got 3 more candidates. They want to throw their hat in the ring, and they want to challenge ex-President Donald Trump.
Okay, Reverend Fair, do you have a background on those names?
The background on the names,
You said Mike Pence, who is he?
Mike Pence is a former vice president.
Do you have anything else on it?
No, that's just like,
He's a former governor of Indiana,
mm-hmm,
and he's a 12-year congressperson.
yes,
He spoke today over an hour, kicking off his campaign. Last time he's the only candidate to say he can be returned to Washington, D.C.
mm-hmm,
He's the only candidate that said, we put 3 judges in the Supreme Court.
mm-hmm,
He's the only candidate that says, and we wiped out those laws that we wanted,
mm-hmm.
kept on. That's why Candace is out getting signatures now. You know anything about the governor of North Dakota?
Oh, yes, the governor of North Dakota, he's a businessman.
You know what business he's in?
He's in the is it, geez, oh yeah, he's in, information technology.
That's right, billionaire.
Yes.
So these are the kind of people coming out, getting in the campaign. They use Biden's name, but they're not running against Biden. Miss Candace, who they running against?
For the primary, Trump.
That's the only thing they can run in. They can't run in the general, can they?
Not yet.
No, they can't run in the general. They run against Trump because he got over 50% of the vote in a 10-man race.
Yes.
That's why the first one to come in to attack Trump was the former governor of New Jersey. Do you know who that is?
Yes. Chris Christie.
Right. So when you see the news tonight, you'll see Chris Christie all over Donald Trump. You whooping him like he stole something. So it's gonna be a beautiful next 2 or 3 months. The reason I say 2 or 3 months, Ms. Candace, is that in August, they're all gonna be on the stage together. I don't know about Donald Trump, but the mother nine gonna be, cause they're trying to get to be the nominee.
Yes.
Right.
Only the nominee can run against Biden, but they're trying to get people to back them so they can get Biden. But Biden's not their opponent. Their opponent one, the 9 others that they're running against. So this is gonna be very interesting. And if you remember last week, I told you, you'll be riding this horse for the rest of the summer. And when you do your research, this one coming up for next week, because this will be our last one for this 14th of this month. Get as much information on each candidate that you can, so you get an idea of who's running and who the players are.
All right.
Right. And next week, bring the candidates who running for the Democratic ticket. You know, we have not ticket, for the primary. You use the wrong language, ticket, that's not a ticket, the primary, Democratic primary. There's more than one announced candidate, but I give you a chance to do your research and make that, so you'll be doing a double next week.
All right.
Yeah, because you have a little time to rest the rest of June. Ms. Candace, do
Yes.
you, have some announcements for us?
I want to share some information about the upcoming election in August. So, Reverend Fair, how do you track things that you have to remember? Do you write them down? Your calendar entry?
Yes.
Mr. Bibb, what do you do? Do you write something on your calendar when you want to remember something? Do you tie a string around your finger?
Yeah, I write on all kind of paper. Right, you got that.
What I'm asking everyone who can hear this podcast and further out, do whatever you have to do. Write a note, put it on your refrigerator, set an alarm in your clock, put it on your calendar, multiple entries. You know, tell your kids to remind you. But please get out and vote August the 8th election.
Yes.
This election has one issue on the ballot, and that is the issue that will, you vote, my recommendation is that you vote no, but it will be to change if you wanna make a change to the constitutional amendment, it will be to change it to a 60%, to make it pass instead of the 50% plus 1. 50% plus 1 is the majority, so that's been around since the early 1920s. That's the fair way to, have anything that you're voting for. Majority vote, 50% plus 1. Well, they wanna change it to 60% for any constitutional amendment going forward. If that passes August the 8th, that takes effect immediately, which means the reproductive rights issue, which is a constitutional amendment change, we're getting signatures for to go on the ballot in November. If that passes in August, that issue will need 60% in order for it to pass, instead of the 50%. So I'm encouraging everyone to vote no on the August 8th to not pass that. So the constitutional amendment change that will go on the ballot in November will still require the 50%. We still have to go out and vote for it, but it will not need the 60% if the issue on August 8th fails. So voter registration for the August 8th election ends July the 10th. Early voting starts July 11th. If you're gonna be voting in person at the Board of Elections or on election day at your polling location, you will need a photo ID to vote. If you do not have a photo ID, you have time to get one, and as of April 7th, you can go to the BMV. If you have your birth certificate or social security card, you can go to the BMV, get your photo ID for free. That was state legislators passed that, you can get it for free. If you do not have your photo ID and you don't have the documentation to be able to get your photo ID, there's a group called Vote Riders that are helping people to be able to get their documentation, whether it's a birth certificate or social security card. So you can contact Vote Riders and I'm sorry, I have the number here. You can contact Vote Riders, that's VOTERIDERS, and they will help you get your documentation, and they will even pay for some of those expenses as well. So based on where you were born or your birth certificate is from, so for those that live in Ohio and maybe you were born somewhere else, it's state by state determines the cost to get your birth certificate and information. So the Vote Riders phone number is 866-432-8683. And they do have offices in the Ohio area that can help you out as well. But I'm encouraging you, please get out and vote. If you do not have a photo ID and you will not be able to get a photo ID by election day, vote by mail. You do not need a photo ID to vote by mail. Get your application, you can send the applications in now, and when they start sending the ballots out, yours will go out with the first batch. But please, I encourage you to vote. I know August is a off time for elections and it's usually a low turnout, but I am encouraging people to get out and vote, and make sure that this issue 1, which will be on the ballot August 8th, does not pass. Speaking of the August 8th election, for those that are interested in helping to do phone banking for that election, Pam Mason is organizing phone banking. You can give her a call at 216-268-9658. And the phone banking is to calling voters to make sure that they are aware of the election, make sure they can get out to vote or vote by mail, letting them know the process that they need to know. And still, there's a lot of people that don't know about the new voting laws that changed, they need the photo ID. So making sure that people are aware of that as well. So again, if you're interested in phone banking, 216-268-9658. And the Vote Riders is, the website is VOTERIDERS.org. And the phone number is 866-432-8683. So please, everyone, get out to vote.
Ms. Candace Jones,
Yes.
you had shared with me earlier, there will be people circulating, going to different locations, getting signatures.
Signatures for the reproductive rights.
Right.
Yes.
Would you share with us so we'll fair will know where that be going? You get it?
I know there is an event in South Euclid this weekend. I'm sorry, I don't have the details about that right now, but I will post that and make sure that I'll make a Facebook posting and and send an email out to our email distribution, letting them know when those, there's other, signature events going on also. Also, I wanted to, let everyone know, in Cuyahoga County, so Cuyahoga County Democratic Party made a commitment that they would gather 25,000 signatures, for Cuyahoga County. So as of last Friday, the count was up to 14,000 that they had gathered so far. They're still counting and still taking, signatures in. I know the Pride Festival was this past weekend, and there were people out gathering signatures for that event as well. So I'm sure they, got quite a few signatures. So Cuyahoga County wants to make the cutoff June 16th to get all the signatures in. You can still collect signatures after that date, but they're gonna go through and start validating the signatures that they already have before they turn them over to the Secretary of State for, the final count. So to make sure they have, you know, the commitment that they committed to, the 25,000. We get more than that, that's great. I don't know the numbers of the other counties of, the numbers that they committed to, but, and I don't know the total so far statewide, how many have been, gathered. But, the total number that's needed, to get it on the ballot is 415,000. But the goal is to get at least double that, to make sure that we have enough signatures, because some, for whatever the reason may be, may not be valid once they go through the process.
Yeah. I'm familiar with that. Anytime you circulate petitions, a good circulation, 20% are bad. That's good.
Right,
But very seldom you get good ones. So 20 get wiped out right away. Because people lie, because you in front of them, they don't wanna say I ain't registered. But they just sign it anyway. They don't know that they're gonna be caught. You know, things happen. Then they forget to change their address.
Right.
That's different reasons, so the rule of thumb is about 20%. Back on the pop-up, I use the term pop-up because they don't have a term. There is a list of where you can get signatures. You know where they're going to get signatures.
where
You
the
can-
different events will be.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
If
can
you can
go.
mail that to our list of, traffic people, everybody that's in our database, and give it to, Reverend also.
Okay,
So he can mail it to the ministers and the groups in his group. Because when you get down to the wire, it's harder to get signatures.
right,
You have an idea why it's hard? Because all the easy ones are already signed. You gotta really
yeah,
go and get them.
Got to work with it.
Yeah, the closer you get to the date, the harder, you say, I already signed. So we wanna do our part and let them know, cause it could be somewhere near you where they're gonna be. And like you just said, you knew South Euclid's gonna be one.
right.
Which is good.
And just in these last 2 minutes that we have, just wanna bring up one more comment about that, issue in, on August the 8th, of why we don't want it to pass also. Because as of January 1st, 2024, any constitutional amendment that is, brought forward will require, signatures from all 88 counties in the state of Ohio. Instead of right now, it's the 44 counties. It's gonna require signatures from all 88 counties going forward.
Okay. Do you have any information on the library for the 17th, the Juneteenth? Do we have the flyers sent to what are we gonna do? While she's looking and the clock's running, we'll have lunch and speakers.
Yeah, on, Saturday, June 17th, we'll have from 1:30 to 4:30, East Cleveland Public Library. We'll have a keynote speaker, Peter Lawson Jones. There'll be entertainment, food, and prizes, on that Saturday. And then Sunday, June 18th, we are scheduling a Father's Day dinner, and then Monday,
This is library I want to come to.
just the library.
Cause we're gonna reach